What's up, guys? Welcome to Nolan Talks. There's been some more pretty significant news for LSU football. Arik Gilbert has just announced that he's transferring from LSU. He's entering the transfer portal. This is big news for LSU. He opted out when we were 3-5. He caught 35 balls for 368 yards and 2 touchdowns. Man, this is a rough blow for LSU. I literally just recorded that audio for another one, and then I just checked Twitter when I upload it, and this news comes out that Arik Gilbert is not going to be an LSU Tiger anymore. This is a significant loss for LSU, let's be honest. He was our most talented receiver, let's be honest. He's 6'6", 250, 60 pounds, an absolute freak out of Georgia. Number 1 tight end in 24/7 sports history. Definitely lived up to the hype. LSU tried getting him the ball as much as we could last season. With our revolving door at quarterback, he was getting looks. He ran, those little short routes. He was definitely our safety blanket. We got him the ball this season. I mean, if he transferred because he wasn't, getting the ball, then I don't really know why he would transfer. There was news that he was homesick, which is understandable. He's a college freshman. What I think it was that, he comes from Marietta, Georgia, which is a premier. His high school is a premier high school in Georgia. They won a lot of football games, and just 3-5 at LSU is unacceptable, and he wasn't used to it, and that's why he left the team. And a lot of LSU fans call him a quitter. I mean, that could be what you guys say. I don't really like using that word quitter, but it did seem like he quit on this football team. He did get crucified by our fan base when he announced that he was leaving the team, opting out for the rest of the season, as Coach O said. But we all knew there was smoke to that. I mean, his mom came up to talk to him. That seems more of like my mom was coming up to help move me out of LSU. I think he's gonna be a great player for wherever he lands. What's gonna suck though is that this season, players have that instant transfer. They can play the next season, and I really, 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 really hope that he's not in the SEC West. There's a lot of smoke that he's probably going to land at the University of Georgia. He is from Georgia, obviously, so that does seem like a likely fit. He was between Alabama, Georgia, LSU when his recruiting was, at full strength, and I really hope if he does land out of school, it is a school like Georgia. I would be devastated if this Arik Gilbert landed at Alabama. I think that would just be a brutal blow, and it would be an unforgivable move by him, and LSU fans would hate him for the rest of his days. And that seems like something that we could all probably get behind and probably all agree on. But I think he's going to probably land at Georgia. I think he's going to be a guy who's going to stay in the SEC. I don't think he's going to land at like a smaller, lesser Power 5 school. I don't think he would even go, out of conference. I think his best bet is to stay in the SEC. I mean, he's probably going to dominate in the SEC. I mean, he did dominate for us as a true freshman when he had the ball in his hands. But him going to Georgia is probably the best case scenario for us. I mean, only way we'd probably see him these next 2 years is if it's in the SEC championship. I don't think we have them on our schedule for a few years, which is fine, but he cannot land at a school like Alabama or, an Auburn or a school in the SEC West. That would just absolutely kill us. I'm disappointed, honestly. I remember when there was news of him opting out for the rest of the year. I was so devastated. Was having bad anxiety and stuff because he's such a good player. And man, he's a number 1 tight end recruit in history. You want this to work out for LSU, and it just didn't. As I'm reading the tweet today of him leaving, I'm kind of a little bit relieved that we know, what I'm saying? We're not so getting led on. Once he left, LSU did go 2-0. If Cole Taylor didn't play in that football game, we probably don't beat Florida with that thrown shoe. So, everything kind of works out in the end. We ruined Florida's season. I guess you can kind of thank Arik Gilbert for that one. I think that this guy is going to be a special player. He's going to be a only 3-year guy. Let's be honest. He's a freak athlete. He'll probably be a first-round draft pick just based on his physical skills and whatnot, and his talent and potential. But it hurts for LSU. It's a tough day for LSU. I just made the audio of all these players returning to LSU and how it's great news for us. And then a guy like Arik Gilbert leaves. I don't necessarily want to call him a quitter, but I do think he kind of quit on the team. It's very disappointing that just because we were losing a lot of football games that he kind of wanted to opt out, which I hate. I mean, more players on LSU's football team did that. I think that's kind of a weak, soft move, but that's just the era we live in today. People don't stick things out, but shout out to all the people who do stick things out. Guys like Keishawn Butte, who is going to be our number one target next season, and he kind of got the ball more based on like Terrace Marshall opting out, obviously Jamar Chase opting out at the beginning of the year. But, Arik Gilbert kind of, once he left the team, Keyshawn was our guy. He's our number one as a true freshman, and he's going to be our guy moving forward for the next 2 seasons, Wish nothing but the best for Arik Gilbert, Hopefully we don't see him play against him, these next 2 years, but that is what it is. Hopefully no more LSU players transfer. There's a lot of smoke on BJ Ujulari leaving, but I mean, like I said, that'd be a mistake on his end because it's not like he's not playing. If guys who don't play, I understand that, but guys who are playing for us, making an impact, I just don't really see that. And I mean, obviously there could be things off the field, with the football team that things are happening, which I get, whatever, but if it's because of your playing time, I just don't really see that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're on the field making plays. I really hope BJ Ujulari and all these other, young players, freshmen, don't transfer out. I think this is Coach Joe's building the foundation for another championship team, and we need to keep these players, So, best of luck to Arik Gilbert. Tough day for LSU, but hey, tough times don't last. Strong people do, or whatever that quote is. I don't know. I kind of ruined that quote. But thank you guys for listening. Hope you guys have a great day.